Ladies, gentlemen, and young ladies, the situation becomes a hot potato in the hands of Israel. This is the panic in Tel Aviv. The country's Arabs have been in for almost 3 days, signing bilateral agreements. Yes, that is agreements between between two countries. There you go. In particular, we saw Saudi Arabia, if I'm not mistaken, who signed an agreement with Pakistan, the United Arab Emirates United also to find a guarantee of security to be able to act together except activation, and the security system in the Gulf for which they had been in Qatar. Qatar itself has signed an agreement with Pakistan. Yes. So finally, they are getting put from two to three to three. They are in forming small blocks against Israel. And today, 19th of September 2025, it's all about Egypt and Turkey to decide to relaunch their military collaboration after 13 years of suspension. After 13 years, can you imagine? And the worst thing is that Turkey is a member of NATO. It is a NATO member and an ally key, the United States of America, which want to get together against with Egypt to rise up against this essential ally of Washington, which happens to be Israel. You see how many times the situation of Israel becomes worse and catastrophic. So what's going on? Concretely, as part of this video conference, Geopolitics, this is current news that we are going to talk about. But before continue, thank you for sharing the video conferencing. Allow others to discover the realities of the world, geopolitical realities, to better understand how the world works in which we are today. Always remember to leave a blue thumb, and then if you give me follow on TikTok, you are in the wrong place. I'm on Facebook and YouTube. You put the Samouraï Théa or you put up a platform for awakening. You will find TikTok pages, accounts on which you follow me will be soon to be deleted and permanently. Let's go deep. So it's the resumption of maneuvers military after 13 years of separation. That is to say, even in the enemy and in adversity, Arab nations compare the weight of their immeasurability in the face of their union against Israel. They choose union. Breakups since 13 years old are reconstituted because of Israel. So they announce naval exercises, unpublished spouses, which they will implement since 2011 that they had arrested. Turkey and Egypt resumes according to information official. Turkey and Egypt resume naval exercises spouses. This is a first in 13 years as we said, 13 years of freezing of military relations. According to the Turkish Ministry of Defense, these maneuvers will take place from the 22nd to the September 26, 2025 in the East Sea, in Eastern Mediterranean, I was going to say. So suddenly, like that, Israel has successful to unite them militarily during that they had stopped since 2011. And then instead of waiting for the month next, they decided it's hobby horse. We do it now. Yes, we do it done now. We should be ready. And then what will it lead to? Surveillance in the area. But what is serious, is that Israel begins to be afraid because there is a kind of attempted diplomatic encirclement on the military level against Israel, because these are the neighbors who are uniting, getting together against him. The objective of these exercises, which will take place from the 22nd to September 26 in the Mediterranean Eastern between China and Turkey, and I said China between Egypt and Turkey, the official objective is to strengthen military cooperation, improve the interoperability of navies, and display strategic unity. When we talk about improving interoperability, Marines, you understand, they must be able to lift the steps together, pose together, look in the same defense directorate. It's clear. In case Israel was afraid to attack a single one of these country Riost commune, we have already seen the Qatar has signed one with Pakistan. I believe the Saudi Arabian has signed with Pakistan. Defense clauses collective. Common defense in case attack. All this is against Israel. And I tell you, if Benjamin Netanyahu is smart, it's now or never that he should understand that he is in a kind of real error. So we will continue the communication. It is a rapprochement that is dictated by the Israeli threat. We don't need to remind him. It is a threat dictated by threats. It is a rapprochement dictated by Israeli threats. It must be said that tensions with Israel plays a key role. The Ankara believe that the posture Israeli in the Eastern Mediterranean and on Gaza requires a joint response. So military cooperation becomes a regional pressure instrument. It sends a message that the balance of naval forces can change at any time moment. So what should we say? We are heading straight to an anti-Israel Mediterranean alliance. There's not even a sacrifice for that. That's what they say in one of the languages from my house. Malinke Sarkatala. Yes, Saratala. Remember that word. That means there is no sacrifice. Saratala. Those who are Bambara, those who are Tulas, understand what it means since they are dialects which look very similar. Sarakatala, a coalition anti-Israel military Mediterranean, is seeing the light of day, and it's been tightened raids around Israel, but which unfortunately does not take awareness of the danger of these unions which are forming around him to try to change a little bit of strategy, understand and accept the advent of peace once and for all. But like today, the will that guides the great one's powers, it is to walk straight towards wars. What are we going to say? Since in most cases, wars suit them. And so this rapprochement could be resulted in a lasting naval alliance, which will change the strategic map of the Mediterranean. For Israel, this initiative is perceived as an attempt at encirclement, diplomatic and military, as we know it said. But for the United States from America, it's a real dilemma. Because that Turkey is a member of NATO, but Turkey chooses an alignment military with Egypt against an ally, American strategic, and it becomes pooled, as we would say in my language, kindergarten, the guerre, the balio, it becomes from poyole, it means everything. There you go. And what are the consequences? On the region, on the military level, the CER and Ankara will multiply joint exercises. And what will affect seriously, That will threaten security of Israel. And on the diplomatic level, this cooperation can revive the Arab-Muslim solidarity in the face of Tel Aviv. And on a symbolic level, Erdogan and LCI are sending a signal that they are able to put aside their divergence to respond to a threat, common. And that's a very strong message. And so, ladies, young ladies and gentlemen, that was the front page of international news. Thank you for the share as much as possible. I'll get back to you soon with news information. So it was the voice of your humble servant, the Samurai.